Hello and good morning. Welcome to day 2 of the Holy Duck tournament. We are here in Antwerp welcoming you to our first game of the second day. It will be Namur versus Valencia. Valencia had 2 losses yesterday. They already played Antwerp and La Boucherie. Namur played Antwerp and La Boucherie as well, and they had 1 win against Boucherie and a loss against Antwerp. So we're looking forward to their game today. Let's see who's playing. We will have the roster up in just a second. Here we have Valencia. They will be playing 0-0 Frenetica, 1-1-2 Chaos, 189 Rapaza, 208 Maria Desmadre, 3 Ellie Cates, 4 Spinelli, 6-7 Game Over, 09 Viser de Piser, 17 Hardcora, 20 Mati, 266 Masochist, 39 Charana, 514 Shizel, 81 Explosiva. And for Namur,
they will be playing with 03 Knappy, 127 Sailor Mean, 24 Aline, 393 Grumpy Up,
yes,
537 Lamroute, 89 Pulp, 934 Tinker, 12 Ninon, 13 Chaton, 27 Gilly, 4040 Pimu, 666 Pepe, and 9 Jackie.
we are really happy to see both the teams back again today, and in a few minutes we will see them take the track. But let's see who are our officials today. We have Reflex, Tramadol and Quack making sure that everything is going right into order, and stats and everything. So from the moment you see a stat, you know people are at the computers making sure in real time who and what is happening. And we have Temeraire, Wonder Zebra, Trick Track, Grey Skillet, Doodle, Beringklauw and Johnny Z Bravo on skates this game for you today. For the non-skating officials,
we will see Garth Funkel, Alpen Yeti, Resistance Woman, OU, Volta, Vintage, Just Kitty, Shelmy, No Wheels, Hoss and Max Flow.
And this is an incredible crew. Well, we have this incredible crew throughout the entire tournament. It's going to be amazing to see them all at work. So please keep your eyes out also for our striped heroes and our heroes in black, making sure we can play derby. And quickly, before we start, I want to tell you Wonder Zebra officiated their 600th game this tournament. Temeraire will be playing their 200th game today. Grey Skillet will also be playing their 300th game today. And OU, non-skating official, is doing their 90th game for the past 12 months. And they also have been got promoted to crew head, so that's our non-skating official. So we have a bunch of officials here today and making sure everything is being up to speed, everything's working up nicely. And our first players of Valencia and Namur are on the track. I'm pretty curious to see what will happen, since Namur had a win and a loss yesterday. Valencia had 2 losses, so I'm guessing like they really want to, they're battling for 3rd place, and I think they want to really make it a win, both teams today.
While we have the whistle, we are going to 5 seconds, and we have Yarana lining up against Ninon for the first jam.
Charana, very explosive jammer, and immediately with the lead. But close behind we have Nino. who will score the first points.
And a quick call off. Ninon attempting a jump. Let's see if Ninon picks up some points. No points.
0-0 at the end of that first jam. Another fun fact maybe about one of our inside refs, Wonder Zebra, who is doing his 600th game this weekend. I cannot emphasize how much that is today. He also has 2 cats who are named after 2 referees, but they did not state who that is. So I'm curious if anyone knows and can tell us in the comments. The second jam of the game has started with Gilly for Namur and Visser de Pisser for Valencia. Visser de Pisser we've seen do some crazy line work, but unfortunately being brought to the penalty box at this moment together with one of their blockers. And we have Gilly with the lead, skating around to score points.
We have our first power jam for today. With 1 blocker and 1 jammer in the box.
We've seen many power jams already this tournament, I believe, in the both of these teams as well. Gilly being recycled there, beautiful work there by the Valencia blockers who work together quite nicely to hit the jammer out. Explosiva right on the jammer. A no-pack situation, so Gilly could pass with a little impact. Visser de Pisser with the star in hand on the... I wanted to say they are on their initial pass, but they did a beautiful star pass. And their pivot gone jamming Maria Desmadre, making Gilly go for the call-off. So first points on the board. That's 8 for Namur. Valencia on 0.
Well, the teams line up. We have a quick track repair situation.
Yeah, many volunteers involved in organizing a tournament, and one of them is being a track manager. We are working with tape and an augmented track. So we have a rope that's underneath the track that players can really feel when they cross the line with the toes up or the wheels. And but this obviously also sometimes breaks the track, and then we have to repair it. So thank you so much to the volunteers who are here today to make sure that we have a repaired track if needed.
And when we are probably going to 5 anytime soon, we have Pepe lining up against Game Over.
First time we see Game Over in this game. First time we see Pepe in this tournament. So I'm happy to see what will happen. And now no one in the box, so full pack. Game Over being quickly recycled there by the jammer, by the blockers for Namur, but good footwork and breaking up that wall in and out. So Game Over with the lead. Pepe close behind though. Game Over. Good job by the blockers for Valencia, feeding those points to their jammer. So hitting 2 blockers so that the jammer could easily pass. 2 points on the board, 0 for Namur. So far it's staying pretty close. It's not easy for the jammers to score points or to get lead, I think. So let's see what happens.
And in the meantime, we have an official review called by Namur.
So this means Namur has a question about a call or a not call that has been made on one of the players, and the officials will then review it, see whether we have a no call or a call stand. We will not guess what this is about, but in the meantime I will tell you a little bit about our sponsors. So we have many sponsors here in the tournament today. We have Ayano, who does printing on glassware. We have Lila Bees, who does print work. Hopono, a Brussels concept store. VP Media Solutions, video production company. D-Pro, video production company as well. Clo, vegan breakfast and lunch bar in Antwerp. Martins, a Belgian IPA beer. Sucker Punch Skate Shop, I hope you all know this. This is a skate shop located in Ghent. I believe biggest skate shop in Europe, also skater owned. Inframonkey, IT Solutions, Gebroeders Geens, Machinery Production, brands Knikmops and Rollmops. So also a big shout out to our sponsors. This is a tournament. Tournaments are pretty expensive for leagues, so we are happy that we have a few sponsors bringing in sometimes materials or cash so that we can have this show on the road. Especially the live stream. Live stream is also a volunteer work, and if you feel like it, you can give us a small donation for the live stream. We would very much appreciate it. So
yeah, thank you for the 31 viewers at the moment. I see some shouts out for Namur.
Are there people from Valencia watching? Let us know. And tell your friends. We're only 30 and the game has just begun, so we still have room enough for people to join here in the Holy Duck tournament. First Holy Duck tournament organized by Antwerp. And we will now, please support us by viewing and maybe donating. We have Nino lined up for Namur and number 20 for Matti, who has mainly been pivoting this tournament. Nino with the lead. Matti struggling a little to get past the blockers of Namur. The Namur blocker Jackie did make a cutting of the track penalty. Matti is going for the first scoring pass. Nino working on their scoring pass. We have a call off and illegal contact on another blocker of Namur. This means that Namur will start with only 2 on the track. Which is a big advantage, especially against a powerful and explosive jammer that is Jarana. Gilly has to work hard to get the... will have to work hard against that strong defensive wall of Valencia. It is Jarana with the lead. Gilly being recycled. There was a little bit of an attempt for some offense. Beautiful offense there by Spinelli on the inside line for Jarana, really clearing both of those blockers away, leaving a big hole for Jarana to pass. Pivot to the box. This means Gilly will not be able to do a star pass, and Jarana already on the second scoring pass, struggling a little behind one of the blockers of Namur, but it did cost them a penalty. Jarana skating around. Gilly at the end of the pack. Gilly is through, but still we only have 2 blockers for the Namur on the track. Jarana is through. They are looking at the bench. Good offense there by Namur, but the wall for Valencia is quick to reform. Jarana going for an explosive move there on the outside line, but being recycled. Gilly struggling at the front of the pack against one of the blockers of Valencia, who does then an illegal contact. That's a contact that you do out of the engagement zone. Nice little work up there by Valencia. 13 points scored in that jam in total. 4 points. This was not a power jam. 4 points only for Namur. So great work on the defense side of Valencia, and bringing the total up to 15-16. Very, very close.
And in the meantime, we got word about the official review. Namur called for an official review for the jammer for skating out of bounds. and decided that a no call stands.
We have Valencia de Paris facing Pepe. Pepe in the front, Valencia de Paris in the back of the pack. Good work there by the blockers for Namur, really following that jammer, giving them no space, and it's all Pepe needs to push the entire Valencia wall out of play. We have a star pass on the side of Valencia to the Explosiva, their pivots. Pepe working hard, Explosiva still on initial. First scoring pass done for Namur. We have a lot of people watching from Namur, and Irene is watching from Valencia. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I went for the Spanish. Pepe on the second scoring pass, being hit out and calling it off right before Explosiva. Pivot turned jammer, could enter the pack for a second time, and therefore 0 points for Valencia on the board, 6 for Namur. And we will start with a pack advantage for Valencia, 1 blocker in the box for Namur.
We have game over lining up against Nino. For Nino, we already saw a lot of great work. I think she also. I think Nino also had multiple times was the biggest scoring jammer for Namur. A real asset and a real hard jammer to keep behind your wall.
Yes, but the same can be said for game over. I think good work, and again. It's turning into a penalty game, I think. We've seen this before, where we had the team with the most penalties being the one that struggled the most. And Namur is consistently bleeding out blockers for a penalty, giving Valencia the pack advantage, and they take the chance when they have it. So they now scored 4 points when there were only 2 blockers on the track at the end of that jam, and 0 for Namur. Quick lead for Mati. I said it before, they mainly pivoted the last few games. Now they are jamming against Gilly for Namur. Mati on the scoring pass, struggling with Pulp, which we have also seen a lot, which is a bit funny because Pulpo is the sign, the logo from Valencia, and Pulp is now playing. It is, it's not a Pulpo reference, but still funny to me. Charana versus Pepe on the jammer line. 1 blocker down for Valencia. And we'll see what happens. Charana making ready to take a big leap forward. Really using their explosivity to move that wall around. Being stuck a little bit behind Namur, who has been playing an impressive couple of games already. Pepe trying to use Knappy as a storm battle ram through the pack. Not very successfully, unfortunately. Bit of a fall there outside and being recycled. Jarana trying to use Spinelli as their offense, but still being stuck in the front of the pack. Good work there by Landrul, who is keeping that jammer quite steadily behind them. Nice. Oh, beautiful last hit there by Landrul, but they did fall. So this is they did manage to have leads. So it was not a no pass, no penalty. 1 blocker down for Namur, another blocker down for Valencia. Charana with the scoring pass, really good job there. Star pass on the side of Namur, where we have Landrul with the star in hand. Pepe taking one off. Good offense there Unfortunately, Tinker did manage to get behind that offense from Masochist, making it a 0 point. So that was a scoring pass, but it was 0. We have 0-0 at the end of that jam, but Valencia did score one scoring pass for 0, 27 to 22 in total. So Valencia in the lead, still 20 minutes on the board for the first half.
In the meantime, we have a team timeout. Team timeout called by, I think, Valencia. Yes, called by Valencia. Always a good moment to get your team in order, to get your calm back within the teams. Take a rest, discuss some tactics. Both teams deciding to actually take that time. Sometimes you see that the opposing team will stay on track. Not the case at this moment. Namur decides to also take advantage of the minute they just got. And while the teams are lining back up, we see Ninon with the star on the helmet.
And Valencia de Pisser. It's an interesting combo of jammers, I think. Quite a similar style. I think Valencia de Pisser is a bit more with the line work and the toe stop work. But Ninon is also really good at that, being able to sometimes pass around a blocker without them realizing it, I think. Both jammers stuck in the pack there in the back. But it is Valencia de Pisser who goes first. And that's what I said, like, did you see that jump Ninon did over one of the Valencia blockers, getting them lead? Valencia de Pisser is still on initial. Nice apex jump there by Ninon. An effortless scoring pass. Valencia de Pisser struggling a little bit more than what we have seen so far. Second beautiful apex jump. And in this point, Valencia is bleeding blockers. 8 points on the board already for Namur. Good hit by Masochist, killing that scoring pass for Ninon. Valencia de Pisser is out and will go for a scoring pass. But Ninon is obviously not letting this happen. Freezing 2 blockers in the box, bleeding one out themselves as well. So Namur, pack of 3, Valencia, pack of 2, but 2 blockers already really close to the end of their penalty time. 12 points on the board for Namur, 0 for Valencia. So the moment that one of the teams does get lead, I do believe they benefit a lot from it. So good job on that, on getting multiple scoring passes. We have Gilly facing game over. Gilly quickly pushing that wall out of play. So they are only 2, but game over is close behind, both on scoring pass.
And Gilly quickly calling it off, but not fast enough to prevent 4 points from being scored by game over.
Yes, and only 2 points for themselves. So this concludes. This is a really tight game. This is turning out to be a really tight game. So Valencia 31, Namur 33. It's a low count of points actually. So we're not seeing high scores already, but the work is there. People are working hard. Going for the quick call-off seems to be the best strategy for the game. Ninon versus Mati. Offense there for the Namur jammer, but it's not working really well. Namur is, Valencia was doing a great job. Ninon did find the hole and manages to get through. Recycling on Mati. Mati in the back of the pack.
In the meantime, Mati taking off the helmet cover. In that case, it's easier to make a quick start pass, and also you force the blockers to focus on both the jammer and the pivot.
Nino again being the highest achieving jammer, I think, for Namur. So it's an interesting combo. Matti struggling to pass the wall.
And Matti is sent to the penalty box.
Matti is sent to the penalty box, forgot the cover. This is chaos. These things are chaotic, and we have too many blockers in the box for Valencia. This is turning out to be a very chaotic jam for them. Jammer in the box, pivot in the box, cover on the track.
And one blocker standing in line for the penalty box.
Yeah, so one blocker waiting. This is a confusing moment for the pack as well. So if there's only one other blocker or two other blockers on the track, it's very, very difficult to hold the pack. And Nino is really taking advantage and now calling off, freezing the jammer in the box.
And it looks like we have the 1-1-2, who is now going to sit in the box. And because one of the blockers is already standing, you can actually have a situation where you have three blockers in the penalty box at the same time, even though there are two seats.
Super heavy for Valencia, starting with only one, no jammer, power jam situation for Namur. We have one blocker for them in the box, but Gilly will probably make most of this situation. I believe Valencia started really strong and having the penalty game down, which was something they struggled with, I think, in the first game they played the tournament. This is an unfortunate jam. I think they will recover. They've shown mental strength and the capability of really coming back from this. But it was a 19-point jam to 0 for Namur. So 31 for Valencia, 55 for Namur. Namur really taking a big leap forward with this final jam.
In the meantime, Valencia has decided to take another team timeout.
Which I understand.
I think they need it. I understand the situation. It was a chaotic jam, and you do not want with chaos inside the team to go into the next jam. Take your calm, regain your calm, and you will perform better on track. Meanwhile, we have a single blocker lining up for Valencia. The only blocker the only player of Valencia at this point on the track, since the rest of the team is in the penalty box.
Yes, I don't know really what happened there in Namur, but they have their blocker out of the box. So this is even crazier for Valencia, starting with one blocker on the track. Power jam situation for Namur. 4 blockers against only one blocker. Rapaza, we are feeling you. We are sending you good luck and hoping for a spectacular situation. We have the screaming shout for Valencia, showing their love for Rapaza. This is roller derby, people.
So we're going to 5 seconds. We will see if Gilly can take full advantage of only one blocker.
Wow, beautifully done though by Rapaza. So no offense was played, which is an interesting move for Namur to do. But only one blocker, and Rapaza did have to now is off to the penalty box, probably for destroying the pack, which is very, very difficult not to do if you're the only blocker on the track. And quickly Valencia is recovering. So we have many more players on the track going for defense. Matti for a little moment, aiming to get a star pass to Maria Desmadre.
In the meantime, Gilly is sent off with a high block.
Yeah, so it's a power jam in favor of Valencia. This comes to show that this kind of situation is not always good for the other team as well, because chaos, once chaos erupts, it's on both teams. We have Matti on the first scoring pass. Beautiful offense by their two blockers, and being able to complete that scoring pass seemingly effortlessly. For the count of the penalties, we have Valencia on 50, Namur on 9. Gilly returning. Did Valencia see this? Yes, they did. Matti working hard on that four-wall of Namur. Knappi being sent to the box. Maria Desmadre returning as the pivot.
And with Gilly going for another pass, since we have no lead jammer, it's going to be a 2-minute jam.
Yes. Gilly completing the scoring pass. Valencia was a little bit scattered there. They do make an amazing tripod wall if they manage to find each other on the track. Namur is not leaving that much space for that, and chaos. This has been a chaotic jam, two in a row, so it's not very easy to recover. Both jammers were on a scoring pass, another 4 points and 3 points awarded. 8 for Valencia, 15 for Namur. We are looking at the scoreboard. 39 for Valencia, 70 for Namur. This is a point differential of about 31 points. That's not that much, especially in the first half. We still have 10 minutes on the clock. That's also difficult if you think you are going to start and then they whistle a timeout.
Yep.
But it's an official timeout. They were discussing something on the inside, but they are back on track.
And we have Jarana lining up against Ninon.
Now it is Valencia with the pack advantage. Two blockers down in the penalty box for Namur. And Jarana being an explosive jammer, trying really hard to pass. But it's Ninon did a little bit of defense there as well. Jarana taking a bit of a tumble there in the pack. It is Ninon with the lead. Jarana close behind.
And we have a second blocker being sent to the penalty box for Namur.
Yeah, Valencia full pack. Ninon on the scoring pass, calling it off. Scoring 0 points. No, 1 point for Namur, 0 for Valencia.
And with the one blocker released from the penalty box right at the end of the jam, Namur will only have one blocker in the penalty box,
Yep.
which will be advantageous, because if you have two blockers in the penalty box at the start, you will have a hard time getting lead jammer status.
We have someone in the comments saying that power jam nightmare. That's a power jam nightmare when it's you. Yeah, that's for sure. You can really sense the chaos and everything when it's like only one person and then everybody's returning. You have to re-find a place on the track. It's a real nightmare. So we're having a look at the penalty board. So Valencia, Maria Desmadre on 4 penalties, but on the other hand, everyone 1 or 2. So that's looking quite good. And then we have the Namur board. It's a little cleaner. So 2 or 1 blocker, 1 penalty each. So it's looking a little bit, again, a penalty game where Valencia, it's an official timeout. We have a talk with someone in the box. It's again looking a little bit like a penalty game. We've seen a lot of them already. We have a good and a very experienced ref crew. So we know that this can be sometimes tough for people from other countries to come here, and sometimes you have to adapt to the playing side or the official way that is being played.
And
so
at this point, we have the blocker from Namur is out of the penalty box and taking off skates. So
yeah, we'll see what happens when we have the confirmation. But it seems like a, dare I say it, expulsion.
yeah. And a substitute is put in.
Someone from the ref crew will inform us what will happen at the point that we have all the information. So we have 4 teams playing Holy Duck. We have Namur, who is placed 18 on, but probably not for long after the. After this tournament. So Namur on place 18, they are now facing Valencia, who is placed 15. And then we have Boucherie, who is placed 14th, and OLRD, or Antwerp Roller Derby, who are number 13, and also hosting, they are number 13 on the European ranking.
And I just got confirmation that it was indeed an expulsion, and it was for a back block penalty.
Okay. So unfortunately, 1 player down for Namur, and but the refs are strict and fair, so it has to stay safe for everyone. We really take safety. We don't take any things with safety. Valencia de Paris trying for the inside line, but it is Tinker who manages to hit them out. It was a penalty though, so Valencia de Paris again, this time again on the outside line. Pepe struggling there on in the front of the pack, being quite successful. Maria Desmadre holding on. And we have a power jam in favor of Valencia. Pepe being sent off with a forearm penalty. So Valencia de Paris on a scoring pass, lead, and a power jam.
And with one
nice
block,
offense on the inside line by Maria Desmadre. Valencia de Paris had no effort at all. Small acceleration, and really managed to get past without any effort. A little bit messier now. They moved out of the corner, but Valencia de Paris moved them up, speeding up the pack, and again taking that inside on the corner. Watch out for that one with Valencia de Paris.
And some really effective offense from the team.
Yes, Pepe being recycled back. Pepe still on initial pass, so Valencia de Paris third scoring pass. And Pepe still on initial, so a little bit. I'm not doubting anyone, but I'm wondering why they called it off at this point. They would have been able to maybe score some more points, but 12 on the board for Valencia. Power jam situation. Namur with the 0. So. 51 to 71 in favor of Namur, but only 20 points differential, and we've seen bigger comebacks. So game over on the inside line, struggling a little on that wall, that very good, effective wall of Namur, but Gilly also having a hard time with the strong defense from Valencia. For now it is game over in the front, but Gilly taking a move on the outside line and passing a lot of blockers. Spinelli one-on-one, unfortunately no success, and the jammer for Valencia being recycled. So game over with the star in hand.
And Gilly in the meantime picking up lead jammer status, coming around for the first scoring pass.
Yes, still initial for Valencia, but game over, taking that little bit of confusion there with the offense and going for that inside line passing, going for the first scoring pass. So game over, scoring 0 points, 4 on the board for Namur. That was a hard work for only 1 scoring pass, I think. So good job for the Valencia defense. Also for Namur, of course, not letting the jammer pass.
We are going for the next jam. We have Nino, and Nino will be facing up.
Quick lead by Jarana, Nino with the star in hand. Both jammers are always quite close together. Penalty for Nino, so another power jam for Valencia. What will happen? Jarana being out, pushed out.
And Nino is sent to the penalty box with a forearm penalty.
Jarana being recycled. Another blocker for Namur in the box. Jarana is on a scoring pass, completing the scoring pass, scoring the 4 points, and Nino is standing up. So good killing of that penalty time by Namur. Only one scoring pass has been done, but Nino is still on initial. And with the star in hand, they are returning to the pack. Jarana struggling on that strong tripod, and Nino being ending the initial pass. Jarana is being recycled, and they said, let's just call it off. 3 more points on the board, so 7 in total for Valencia, 0 for Namur. And it's 58 in total for Valencia, 75 for Namur. Really close.
And with one blocker in the box for Valencia, we'll just have to see if Pepe can take advantage of that. Vissel de Pisser is lining up for Valencia.
I'm a little bit afraid chaos ensued with Namur, and their penalty count is up to 17, while Valencia is escaping their calm and they only have 19, so pretty close together. Vissel de Pisser with the lead, Pepe struggling in the pack, star in hand, initial done. Vissel de Pisser relying on that offense there on the inside line and going for the call-off. 3 points on the board for Valencia. Namur 0. So Valencia is really good at the quick call-offs, making sure that they don't need all the points, just a small amount of points is enough. And slowly but surely they are creeping up to Namur with a point differential of only 14 points now. 61 for Valencia, 75 for Namur. And we have 4.5 minutes on the clock for this half. Game over there, beautifully done. Falling at the end of the pack, but manages to get lead. And then we have the Gilly doing the star pass to Pulp. It's the first star pass to Pulp, but we've seen many yesterday. Incredible blocker there for Namur. Also doing the great job and scoring the 2 points. A little bit of a happy dance there.
Yes, and Pulp managing to pick up points, yes.
2 points for Namur, 1 point for Valencia on the board. So a little bit late on the call-off there, but they had the benefit of the box point as well. So when there is a blocker on in the box and you pass only one player in the, you get the box point as well. So Jarana full against the full wall of Namur. Nino only 3 blockers.
And Nino is choosing the inside line, but gets knocked out of bounds. Quickly goes back.
Jarana in the back. They did a little bit of extra work there for their team. And Nino to the box, Jarana to the box. So we have a switcheroo for the jammers. Short amount of time to sit. Now the other jammer has to sit the same amount as the first jammer. But this means we will probably have no lead.
Yes, because both jammers have been to the penalty box, so both jammers are no longer eligible for lead jammer. So we will have a 2-minute jam. And with 2 minutes and 31 seconds left on the game clock.
Nino ending the initial pass. Jarana still working on the initial pass. So now we have Nino beautiful on the inside line there, really scoring all the points. And Jarana relying on the offense to get that incredible forwall of Namur moving, but it is not easy. Really trying to go left, right, left, right. Longroule is there, but Jarana manages to use their own defense wall to pass and closing that initial pass. Nino on the second scoring pass. going on the outside, facing Spinelli, but then passing on the inside, and jammers do that a little bit better than a lot of blockers, obviously. Jarana on the scoring pass. Nice, and Valencia did forget a little maybe about the other jammer, and Nino was able to pass quite easily there on the inside line. Jarana with the 3 points and Namur with the 12 points. Again, Nino, I think highest scoring jammer
Yes.
of Namur.
So that's 12 points pour numéro 12. And we have Gilly lining up next, and we have one blocker in the box for Namur, facing off Visser de Pisser.
Visser de Pisser there in the dangerous corner, where they have done some beautiful footwork. Gilly being recycled by the blockers of Valencia. Good job there. Beautiful defense by both teams. Jammers really struggling to get past. Some offense there for Visser de Pisser. It was very, very explosive, die explosiva, but not enough to have it entirely through. Both jammers still on initial. No lead called yet. Gilly being recycled. Visser de Pisser outside line. Struggling really hard with that beautiful tripod. Gilly using their own blockers to pass. At the end of the pack, Mati, but unfortunately lead for Gilly. Beautiful work there, both defenses. This jam has been going on for a minute and only lead has recently been called. Mati with the star in hand, star pass for Valencia. Quick recover there to make sure that they are ready for defense. Good job by Visser de Pisser, recycling the jammer, who then calls it off. Good with killing on that scoring pass for Valencia. 3 points only on the board for Namur. 0 scored for Valencia. 92 for Namur, 65 for Valencia. And this is how we are going into intermission. Interesting to know maybe that both teams had lead the same amount of times, so 10 times each, but it is Namur now with the advantage of the more scoring passes on those leads. I believe when Valencia has lead, it's easy. The other jammer is closer by, so it seems. So let's see who comes back in the second half. Small amount of point differential, so could go either way. Second half of the first game of today, we are having in red Namur, and the team in blue today is Valencia from Spain and Belgium. Both teams face each other on the track here at the Holy Duck tournament. It has been a pretty good game so far. I do think, as I said before, both teams have lead the same amount of time, so 10 times each. But Namur manages to get some more of the scoring passes in it. So that's Namur on top for now, 92 to 63. But the point differential is pretty small, a little bit less than 30 points. So anything can really happen. We have Game Over and Nino lining up to do the first jam of the second half. And then Namur has this thing where the jammer always waits a little to see if the jammer is stuck or the other jammer is stuck in the wall before they really go and engage with the wall again. One blocker down, Knappi to the box. Visser de Pisser, who is normally a jammer, is now as a blocker in the box. Game Over being recycled. And lead for Nino with a hop on the inside line. Beautiful footwork. Good job there, Nino. Strong defense by Namur, and also good with an eye on the pivot. And then we have Nino on a scoring pass. Game Over with the initial star in hand. Strong, explosive play. Longroule waiting there at the end, but it was not enough. And end of an initial pass, therefore, game over. Ninon benefiting from the offense and then calling it off. Making sure no points are scored for Valencia in this first jam of the second half. 3 points on the board for Namur and 0 points on the board for Valencia. No one over the centennial mark at the end of the first half. That always for me, implies a tough game and an equally spread game. Like that means defense and offense are doing their job. Jarana versus Gilly. Jarana very explosive in the wall of Namur and catching the lead. Gilly star in hand. And we see the pivot pulp of Namur. We saw them try to go for the star pass. And the offense, this does mean that Namur has to go without one very good defensive blocker. Star pass on the inside there to Pulp. Nicely seen, beautifully done. But Jarana completing the scoring pass, putting 4 points on the board for their team. 0 for Namur.
In the meantime, we see Visser de Pisser lining back up. And Visser de Pisser will be against Pepe, number 666. As we're going to 5 seconds, we have an empty penalty box. That, especially at the end of the last half, we have seen a lot different.
All right, Visser de Pisser with a quick lead there, nice on the outside line. Pepe with the star in hand, battling the strong defensive wall there from Valencia. And we're going for a star pass to Longroule. Unfortunately, Longroule is being hit out. It was a penalty though, no pass, no penalty there for Longroule. And Visser de Pisser with the call off. 0 points on the board again for Namur. 4 points on the board for Valencia. 73 to 95. Point differential, little over 20 points. 2 jams.
And for now, Valencia slowly creeping up on Namur, making the difference smaller. And we have Ninon lining up with a game over.
Ninon in the wall of Valencia, really breaking that up thanks to the great offense there.
And game over, quickly taking off the helmet cover.
We have not seen that many star passes this game so far, although the jammers are very quick, both of them, to take off the cover. It sometimes takes a while for the offense to really, for the pivot to reach them, because both teams really have an eye for it. So it's nice to see that they are all trained really well to see where is the pivot, can we prevent the star pass from happening too quickly. So it's nice to see. Good job on both teams. 4 points on the board for Namur, 99, so very close to the centennial mark. 73 for Valencia. We have Jarana and Gilly facing each other there. Nice job on the outside line and being strong in confidence to know that Gilly was still in bounds. Jarana both wall on a 2 wall of Namur. Gilly off with the penalty though. This means we have no lead. Yeah. No lead, 2 people in the box for Namur, both pivot and jammer. Jarana still working on initial pass. So good defense for Namur. But the offense there was working for Valencia. Good penalty kill, though, by Namur, making sure that Gilly could return to the track. Star off. So maybe they did not do the initial yet. I'm not sure. Nice offense. Beautifully done by Valencia blocker 514. Opening up that inside line for Jarana. Zero impact for the jammer. Star pass to Jackie of Namur, who is hit out. And the no-pack situation in front, which has been a pain in the ass for Valencia, I believe. Jarana scoring another 4 points, so 8 on the board for Valencia. 81, Namur 99, so this is a point, 18 points differential between the both of the teams. We still have 23 minutes on the board, so anything can happen. We have 2 blockers in the box for each team. Visser de Pisser in front, Pepe being recycled. Visser de Pisser with the lead. Another blocker to the box for Namur. And Pepe is through with the star in hand.
And also one for Valencia. So we have 2 blockers of each team in the penalty box.
Yes. And Valencia calling it off, not waiting for the penalty time to be done, just calling it off. So we are starting with a micro pack next jam. 4 more points on the board for Valencia, 85 to 99. This is really close. So 14 points means nothing.
14 points is doable in one jam.
So for the previous jam, Just asked to the live stream, is it not Gilly who had the lead? I am not quite sure. So I do believe lead was closed, but I don't know if they had a forearm penalty during the initial pass. That made that the situation was a little bit different. But I cannot be 100% sure, so please don't hesitate to check the games back when they are online. We have a look at the penalty board. We have 26 penalties for Valencia, 24 for Namur. 1 person in the hot seat, Maria Desmadre.
Not yet.
Oh no, 5 points. 5 penalties. They are doing a lot of work, and they pivot a lot, so makes sense. And others have 3, 2, or 1. Fine. Namur is quite safe. They have a more equal spread of their penalties, so more people with 1, 2, or 3 penalties. But also interesting to know that Gilly is one of the jammers with 3, and Nino already 2. So those are power jams in favor of Valencia, of course. Let's see what happens. 2 blockers on the track, 2 pivots on the track, and then game over versus Nino. Game over stood a little bit back, going more for the run-up towards the wall. Matches the game for Valencia, which is a little bit more explosive. And it is Valencia with the lead. They look at the bench. What do we do? Call it off, they say.
And a quick call off, preventing the 4th Namur blocker from leaving the penalty box and making it 3 blockers versus 3 blockers at the start of the next jam.
Yes, and then we have Pepe lining up against Jarana on the on the jammer line, so it's going to be an interesting battle. And we have Vamos Pulpos in the comments, so good that Valencia also has some supporters at home. Jarana being recycled, Pepe there. Look at that incredible wall for Valencia. Managing to hit the jammer out. Mati with the recycling, strong work there. A little bit of offense for Namur block jammer Pepe. Jarana close, good defense there by Namur, holding the jammer almost at the same place, while Pepe is able to move the jammer over. Multiplayer pass, multiplayer penalty for Valencia, so 2 blockers in the box.
And with Pepe pushing the foremost blocker out of play.
Jackie also in the box. Star pass to Matti, who we have seen jamming mostly so far, but now pivoting a few jams. And Pepe with the call off.
0 points for Namur, which still leaves them at 99 points and 85 for Valencia. And we have Visser de Pisser.
That was a lot of work for a zero point jam.
Yes, Visser de Pisser versus Ninon. We have seen this combination before. We have an official timeout.
Look at those people in the stands, looking at some derby. We love it.
And this is going to be a hard start for Visser de Pisser with 3 blockers in the penalty box for Valencia. And Ninon only having to face 1 blocker. Visser de Pisser deciding to also help in the defense, try to slow down Ninon as long as possible, but Ninon is out, taking lead jammer status. While we have a second blocker for Valencia.
Really strong hit there to number 17 of Valencia by Ninon, hitting the blocker to the ground. Visser de Pisser on the scoring pass. Ninon on the second scoring pass. So let's see what happens. We have an empty box. Pivot of Valencia returning. Ninon finishing a second scoring pass. Visser de Pisser still on the first scoring pass. Another blocker down for Valencia. Another blocker down for Namur. Ninon being recycled. The no pack for Valencia, but it did cost them a penalty. Rapaza going to the box for the destruction.
And Ninon quickly calling it off, preventing Visser de Pisser from picking up any more points. 4 points for Namur, which put their total over the 100-point mark, finally.
Yes, 111 for Namur. A little bit of a leap forward now with the 12-point jam. And 89 for Valencia. And then we have a full box. 2 blockers each, so small pack for game over a Gilly. Game over again with the lead, but with the long run up. But it is Gilly who manages to get the lead. Jammer for Valencia with the star in hand, completing the initial. Gilly, beautiful defense there by 514. And Gilly with the call off. 1 blocker in the box each, but they're both standing, so we will be seeing them soon. Oh, I lied, of course. Tinker with a penalty extra for Namur. This is a tough game. Hard work, I think, I believe. 0 points on that last jam. A lot of hard work, limited blockers, many penalties, and 0 points scored. So it must be a little bit frustrating maybe for both teams. Jarana with the longer run-up and the impact. Ninon on the outside line, but it is Jarana with the lead. Ninon
with a piece of track on her toe stop.
Yes, on the wheel. And then with the star pass to Chaton. Jarana taking 1 more impact. Trying to go for the call-off, but a little bit too late, I believe. So 4 points on that final scoring pass, but the 3 points also for Namur. But the focus was really on completing that scoring pass. penalties are equally divided, so we do have a lot more, I think, in the second period than in the first period. So 24 for Namur, 26 for Valencia. It's really close by. 93 for Valencia, 114 for Namur. Close together. That's 21 point differential. We have a few people in the hot seat for Valencia, Rapaza and Maria Desmadre, both on 5 penalties. And the penalty count is different. I'm sorry, I lied. 32 for Namur, 32 for Valencia, and 28 for Namur. Still pretty close together, I believe. But I do think Valencia has a few more blockers who have more penalties, while Namur spreads them more across everyone. Great to have many people watching. We are with 57 people in the live stream, so shout out to everyone who's watching, and yeah, show some love for your favorite players. Gilly on the inside line, Visser de Pisser being recycled almost immediately. Trying again to go for the inside line. Gilly really trying to spread that wall out, outside, inside, and then using the offense to create a hole. Did it work? No, it did not. Valencia is speeding up, but the pack is in the front. Bridging happening, Gilly taking a tumble. Spinelli to the box. Visser de Pisser being recycled, but having the pivot close. And a star pass, which happened beautifully since the pivot was coming from the box. Gilly trying to go for the jump on the inside line. Scoring 2 points. Valencia on the 0 mark.
And again, we have
3 points.
2 blockers in the penalty box for Valencia.
Yes. So 4 blockers on the track for Namur, 2 blockers on the bench on the track. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. For Nino, but Nino is being recycled. Game over with 1 foot out, taking both jammers being recycled. No pack situation. Game over with the lead. Nino taking the outside, micro pack, many penalties, 2 blockers each. Spinelli is back, so 3 for Valencia, 2 for Namur.
We have a change. We have now 2 Namur blockers in the penalty box at the end of this jam. So the next jam will start with 2 Namur blockers on the track and 4 for Valencia. Just the opposite, the other way around as the last jam start. 4
points on the board for Valencia, 2 for Namur, so 119 versus 97. It was a good jam, I think, for Valencia. Call-offs. Jarana explosive in that 2-wall, having offense, but the 2-wall is doing an incredible job. Pepe with the foot out, did not notice, and is to the box. So power jam in favor of Namur, in favor of Valencia. Jarana waiting for the offense to happen beautifully. Nice jump there, causing the last blocker to really look for nothing. Beautifully done. Going for a second scoring pass of the power jam and bringing them over the centennial mark. 101 for Valencia. Offense on the inside line, but Jarana is stuck.
And we have Pepe back on track, so we have both jammers back, but Pepe is still on initial, trying to get rid of that last blocker. And Pepe is out and going for the scoring pass.
Jarana with the call off, making sure that Namur cannot score any points. better safe than sorry. 3 points for them in that last scoring pass. First scoring pass went really well. Beautiful offense. Second scoring pass, the offense got a little fumbled and a little stuck in that defense. But they do manage to crawl up closer to Namur. 104 for Valencia, 119 for Namur. So it's a point differential of 15 points, which is nothing. Visser de Pisser versus Gilly. It's Visser de Pisser with the quick lead. Gilly with the star in hand. Beautiful one-on-one there in the back by Maria Desmadre, who we've seen her play an incredible tournament. Visser de Pisser, footwork on the outside. Star pass, second star pass to Pulp this game. Visser de Pisser completing another scoring pass, calling it off, freezing one blocker of Namur in the box, but also one blocker of their own team. 4 points for Valencia. 11 points point differential. Super close, super close.
We have a second blocker for Valencia who joined the penalty box. So again, we will have a small pack.
And we have a good view on the amazing bench coach or coach of Namur, Ili, who has been doing this for a very long time, and who we in Belgium we all know as the coach of Namur. And then we have, of course, we also have an incredible bench crew, 3 people for Valencia, who are helping the teams to do their job here in Antwerp at the Holy Duck tournament. We have a view on the penalty board. Rapaza with 5, Maria Desmadre with 6, and then a few with 4, 3, 2. Only 10 minutes on the board. That will look fine. Maria Desmadre is in a hot seat though. And for Namur, we have 2 with 5 penalties. Jackie and Tinker, we have seen them go to the box quite a lot. Chaton as well, but only 4 penalties. Namur is upping their penalty game.
And with the team timeout, Namur decided to take their last team timeout over.
Thank you so much, Just, for your donation to the live stream. We would like to remind people that, yes, indeed, you can donate to the live stream. We bring you high-quality derby and all the fun the entire weekend, so it would be fun if you show some support. Spinelli with the beautiful recycling there on Nino. Lead for game over, we thought, unfortunately. To the box for a forearms penalty. Lead for Nino, going for the first scoring pass.
And Nino only facing off 2 blockers.
Beautiful on the outside line there. Good offensive job by the blockers of Namur, holding 2 pretty good blockers of Valencia. It did cost them a blocker though. Game over, ready to return to the track. Game over does have to complete the initial, and Nino is on a second scoring pass. Pretty heavy though. Lots of physicality happening, being really stuck, trying to open that inside line, but being recycled. Game over with a little bit of a tumble there in the beginning of the pack. Opening up that inside line, beautifully done there with that little twist with the back on the inside line. I hope everyone's paying attention to that move, because that move you can copy, paste, and use it for the speakers. Jarana, like, yeah, not, yes, for me, I'm sorry, Tanya, but that's not clear enough for me. Is it Ja, like D-Y-D-G-A, or is it Ya, like just an easy step up to it? If you could care to explain in the comments, please, because I've been saying it wrong all weekend then. And then we have Gilly with the lead, Jarana with the star pass to Matti.
Jarana, I think.
First one.
It's
so
Jarana.
No, I said Jarana first.
Jarana?
2 points scored for Namur, 0 for Valencia. Harana, like laugh. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, Tanya, I'm sorry, but I think a cultural difference because I laugh like ha 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 with an H. Empty box, Boucherie de Paris versus Pepe on the track. Close. Thank you. Good defense by both teams. Jammers both really struggling. Pepe getting a little bit more space because of the beautiful offense by OLRD, and therefore they are lead. Boucherie de Paris with the star in hand and the star pass. Not successfully, but beautiful footwork there on the outside line, dancing around that last Namur blocker. Pepe being recycled, so good killing of that scoring pass by Valencia. 1 point on the board for Valencia, 0 for Namur. 1 for Namur, excuse me, 0 for Valencia. 108 to 130 on the board. Harana.
Harana.
Thank you so much for everyone trying to make me speak Spanish. I'm guessing it's Spanish. Game over versus Nino. Game over with a high impact on the inside line. Back block though.
And game over is sent to the penalty box.
And a power jam to Nino could be pretty difficult, since they are the highest scoring jammer for Namur, especially in this game.
Trying to get
Good
rid of the
defense,
yes.
but Nino manages to turn around. First scoring pass done on this power jam. The pack is going pretty quickly. Nino being recycled. Did know who was the final blocker. So good job there by Nino. Game over with the surprise attack.
And with Rapaza in the penalty box, Rapaza is now on 6 penalties.
And we have Nino completing that final scoring pass, 8 points on the board in a power jam. So that's not a really high. I would have expected more points on the board. But so good kudos to the Valencia blockers who did an amazing job killing that penalty time. Empty box again, so full pack for both teams. We have Harana versus Gili. 108 versus 138 for Namur. And we're looking at an official timeout. We're not looking at an official
really
timeout.
Short one.
Yeah, they only needed to take one breath. Gili and Harana behind the very confusing pack. Gili again with a little bit more space than Harana, who is being recycled back. Explosive entering on the middle of the wall, pushing the wall forward. Very impressive, but it is Gili with the lead. And on the first scoring pass, Harana with the star in hand, looking for their pivot. Harana using the offense to try to get close. Gili really working that wall, going from in to out. Good offense there by 1-0, 4-0. Unfortunately, a penalty for Gili, back block penalty, and therefore we have a power jam in favor of Valencia. 108 versus 138. So no points scored. I would have thought there was another scoring pass. Long rule, no match for the impact that Harana has for a front-facing blocker, pushing them to the ground. Harana looking back, hoping for some offense on that four wall.
Well, the Valencia blockers are already lining up to catch Gilly, who is now out of the box. Well, Harana is being recycled to the back, and another blocker for Valencia on the way to the penalty box.
Yeah, so Gilly completing that scoring pass, 4 points. It was a 2-minute jam. No call off by any jammer. And it's 4 points on the board for Namur.
Which makes
and
it
4 points on the board for Valencia.
Which makes it a 30 points difference with a little less than 3.5 minutes on the game clock.
For Namur, this is looking pretty good. They are ranked number 18 in Europe, and Valencia is ranked number 15. So ranking-wise, this will be, if it all goes to plan, this is looking really good for Namur. They also won against Boucherie, who are ranked 14. So this is a good tournament for Namur. We have Valencia de Paris being recycled, still on initial. Nino already on the second scoring pass. And one blocker down for Valencia. Nino skating beautifully in between the blockers of Valencia, scoring all the points. Tinker again to the box with a direction penalty.
And Tinker also in the hot seat.
Yes. Beautifully hops there on the inside line for a jammer like Nino. There is only one way, that is close to the line. And unfortunately, we have a power jam in favor of Nino because the pivot, Matti, had a cutting of the track penalty with their pivot. The pivot turned jammer, so Nino only jammer on the track. Already 16 points in lead, 158. Namur really taking big steps forward away from Valencia.
And nice work around the outside, quickly calling it off. Making sure that the Valencia blocker needs to start from the penalty box. Even though the jammer is standing at the moment. So almost being released, still the jammer has to start from the penalty box, which puts the jammer at a disadvantage.
Yes, it is. Both the teams have already played 2 games yesterday, so this is their 3rd game of the tournament. Emotions and feelings must be running high. Pepe struggling in that beautiful tripod of Valencia, but doing a little twirl on the inside line, securing the lead before Matti is back on track for Valencia. Matti on the initial pass. Pepe already on a scoring pass. Nicely done. 1 foot on the outside line. Matti concludes the initial pass, but Pepe calls it off before any points can be scored by Valencia. 4 more points for Namur.
Pepe deciding to play it safe, to not. Oh, and I think
we have a box.
Yeah, a team timeout. And a team timeout called by Valencia. It's the last team timeout they have. With 25 seconds on the clock.
Going for that extra jam. And starting with, I don't know what happened with Pepe, but Pepe will be starting from the box together with their pivot, Landrul. A little view on the penalty board. So Maria Desmadre and Rapaza both on the hot seat with 6 penalties, and then first closest ones are 4 penalties, so that's looking quite good. And for Namur, we knew Tinker with 6 and Jackie still with 5, and then 4, 3, 1. Namur did make more penalties, I think, in the second half than they did in the first half. This is an assumption. If this is not right, I am sorry. Pulp and Ninon blocking together with number 4040.
And game
over. Beautiful offense there by Valencia. Yes, game over. Celebrate that win of your team. That was so beautiful. They really didn't have to touch anyone. So beautifully done. Pack speeding up, being stuck behind Nino. Offense on Nino. Lead. Oof. Being kicked out by Pulp.
Meanwhile, Lanroute has joined the pack with 4 blockers now on the track for Namur, making it harder for game over to take advantage of the situation.
Pepe with the start pass to Lanroute. Game over, still stuck on that first scoring pass. Going for the call off. 1 point scored for Namur. They knew it, that it was happening. And 4 points for Valencia.
And with the game score, or the game time running out, we have an unofficial score.
Yeah, so this looks like a second win for Namur with 167 to 116.
The penalty-heavy game with Valencia 41 penalties and Namur picking up 40 penalties.
But a great job by both teams. I really think they were well matched. Although we have a 51-point differential, it was only a few jams that made this point differential this big because both teams did an incredible job. Beautiful defense, really good offense. It was great to see. And Valencia is celebrating. Yes, Pulpo team. They will conclude with this game their first appearance on the Holy Duck tournament. Namur doing an incredible job, having 2 victories this weekend and concluding their Holy Duck tournament with this game as well.